some of the scripts created by someone, but I know how it is working, but I don't know in depth yet.
Okay. Well, so have you feel the difference? Like, I mean, generally you guys already here. That's because of you want to learn an automation tool and you want to save your time. That's it. Okay. Now you already worked on a existing scripts before, right? So how much time
Yeah.
you have saved already?
Really, it's a lot of time. It's some of the tools which I couldn't use in Rivet, I can do it with the Dynamo. So many of things. My BIM coordinator, he was doing some Dynamo graphs, so we are using that one for text editing, some typical notes, so many things.
Great. Okay, fine. So our session is going to start in next 5 minutes. Okay. So after 5 minutes, even let them join. I mean, if anyone wants to join, let them join. No problem. Okay, we'll just continue the session after 5 minutes. Meanwhile, you have any questions? Do ask me whether either it's an advanced or it's a basic. Guys, everyone is on mute.
Hello.
Yes. Yeah, Mohammed.
Hello, sir. Good evening. This is Shakil Ahmed. So I am also new to Dynamo.
Okay.
Actually, from Dynamo means group, I have some used some scripts and creating.
Okay.
Means I am working since 4 years in Revit.
Okay.
Just I'm using the scripts only, but I don't have any basic knowledge and how it is working.
Okay. Okay. Fine then. So today I'm just gonna show you like some sort of a techniques. Okay, it's not in the Dynamo. Okay, it's not only in the Dynamo, like Dynamo. You guys have some sort of a fear that like you have to learn some sort of a programming languages, like Python, like C Sharp, like C++. Okay, so I'm going to take the complete things out from your mind. Okay, so this is a actually first day session of a batch. Okay, so we consider, I mean, in our participants, like if you are joined to check how the demo it would be. Okay, so by the end of the day, by the end of the training, like you will be knowing the complete in and out, of everything. Okay, I'm not going to leave any a single pinpoint in a Dynamo. Okay, and the first thing, is, and the second thing is, like from the second day itself you will be start writing your own script, and this is not a false promise. You will definitely do that. And it's my promise. From the second day itself, okay, you'll start writing your own scripts, and from the third day you will be getting the complete idea, I mean the structure of the complete what is a Dynamo and how like we are going to play with a Dynamo, so that kind of a stuff. Okay, so let me introduce myself in the next 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so after that we'll just continue. So let me check, does anyone have any mic issues? Still Karthik has a mic issue. I hope he can see my screen.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm joining from Dubai.
Yo.
Arif Basha.
Yeah. Hi, Basha.
Hi, sir.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
My name is Apurva Mahadani. I also joining from Abu Dhabi.
Okay, so we have a lot of Middle East guys, because generally the Middle East people will would like to like learn this kind of a Dynamo tools. Like not only the Middle East. I mean, we are only in India. We are in lack of in updating ourselves. Okay, like you guys have to upskill yourself I mean like along with the like a future. Okay, so we are still you're learning in the Dynamo. The next stage is like a Iron Python, and the next stage is like a C sharp, and the next it's like a Revit add-ons, and next there is a like a artificial intelligence. So there are number of steps in the automation, but still you are in the first step. Okay, I don't want you guys to stop your career in the automation, because future in BIM is completely in the automation, nowhere. Okay, so I mean I hope you see, I hope you heard like there are some tools. They are planning to develop something. I mean, if you say something to draw four walls with the square meter of like 150, then Revit will understand that instructions verbally, and it will draw the walls with a 450. I'm sorry, like a 150 square meter area. How it is happening? This is called artificial intelligence, guys. This is called artificial intelligence. Okay, there will be no modeler required in future. What about your position? If you are working as a modeler, okay, how long you will survive in the same position? Hope you heard. Like about the unemployment in Middle East and most of the countries. Okay, so this is how generally it happens. If you have a strong skill, no one can take you out. You understand? You will be sustained in the company because you need them. They need you exactly. You understand? Okay, fine. Karthik has Karthik has joined from mobile. Okay, let's continue. Um can't hear you properly, Zaira. Okay, Zaira, do one thing. Log in from your mobile as well. Okay, you can see the screen from the PC, and you can hear the voice from the mobile. Okay, those who have an issue with the audio.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
okay, thank you.
okay.
Okay.
So we have a Zara is on she's already working on Dynamo. Okay, I hope yes. Is it Zaira?
Yes, I have been working in
Yeah,
Dynamo.
great. Okay, fine. So coming to myself, like I'm a director at Bimera Private Limited. Okay, and especially I don't want to say I'm a director. I like to say I'm a BIM computational designer, because that brings me like more fame than the director. Okay, so and I have a total here it is written as 9 years. It's a old slide actually. Okay, I have a 10 years of experience, and in the automation itself, like I have 4.5 years. So since it was started in 2015, the Dynamo I'm using from 2015 September. Okay, so till date, like I'm keep upgrading myself on new automation tools. There are a lot actually. Okay, I hope you heard only the Dynamo, but we have a lot of visual programming tools. Okay, it's not a programming tool. If you have something in your mind that it is a programming tool, take that out. You no need to learn any programming language. You no need actually. Okay, there are three different methods, guys. uh, Let me show you. Let me clear something out of your mind. Okay, so this is a Dynamo. Who needs the Dynamo? If you are new to the programming, then the Dynamo is saying that you need me, because you're completely new to the program and you no need to write any kind of a code at all. Then how to use the Dynamo? Because for example, I'm the one who has created some scripts, and I want to like distribute for free. You understand? Okay, so what do we do is just give me a second. Okay, I'm sorry. So this is how actually the Dynamo works. Okay, so if there is a person, we have a lot of person, those are writing a lot of scripts. Let me show you. So then where do you get all this stuff? Dynamo packages. Let me go with dynamobim.org. So where you can use it, Dynamo here. Dynamo packages.com. Okay, so let me open with Dynamo builds also at the same time. Okay, now let's go to the Dynamo packages. So these are the scripts, guys. Okay, till now, like we have a 952 others. They are like developers, those who develop the scripts for us. Okay, so we have a 952 others, and they have developed 1576 packages till now. So in each and every package, we have some set of scripts. For example, let me show you something like I hope if you're new to this, try to understand. Anyhow, I'll explain you all the stuff. Okay, in one package, I mean, if there is a company called Bimera. Okay, so Bimera has created like 100 scripts. So finally what I decided, why do I have to use the same 100 scripts for myself? Why don't I just provide it for free of cost? So there is a open source that's called Dynamo Package Manager inside the Dynamo. Okay, where if you open the Dynamo, okay, I'm sorry, let me save the script. Okay, oh okay, still there's an editor. No. Okay, package, search for package. So you can find the packages here. Packages in the sense like consider, I mean, it's like a folder. So inside the folder we do have a lot of nodes in it. Okay, so you are going to use it, you're just going to use it, that's it. Okay, so you should know how to use someone's script. That is what the purpose of the Dynamo. Okay, so if you see this, who is the second person? Who is the second person? Python. Okay, this is the next step to it. In Dynamo, like we're supposed to learn 80% of a visual programming concepts. Of course, if you don't have any programming background, you supposed to learn at least 10% to 20% the programming concepts that I'll teach you in the BIM person perspective. Okay, I'm not like a, if I'm a person like a BIM person. Okay, if I'm a BIM person, then how do I teach you the BIM? So the same way I'll teach you the Dynamo and Iron Python. Give me a second. So in the BIM person perspective view, not like of course I'm a programmer, but still I'll try to explain you the complete thing in BIM person perspective. Don't worry. Okay, when you use the Python, so where sometimes like Dynamo has a limitations, guys. So frankly I'm telling you, I'm not telling you that Dynamo has a complete solution and you can do anything, you can do automate everything with the Dynamo. No, it's a false thing, like actually it's a false statement. Okay, if you heard something from anyone, no. So you can do up to 70%, you can do up to 70%. So rest of the 30% are like very complicated things. So most of the things what you can do manually with the Rivet, that you can do with the Dynamo, where there is no process at all, like where there is no I mean, it's a very long process, a lengthy processor, so that it will take a lot of time, like in months or like years. Then you need a stronger tool than that. Which is the stronger tool than this Dynamo? Stronger tool than the Dynamo is a Iron Python. It's not like a normal Python that you learn in the computer institutes. It's Iron Python. Iron Python in the sense it's like a application Python we called as. So you are going to play with a Rivet application here. So if you can't find a node, you have to write something. You have to write your own like personally. Okay, so you have to learn the Python language and come to me. That is what it is saying. If you want to play with the Python, Iron Python, you should learn some Python concepts. Okay, then I hope you heard Revit API also. How many of you heard this Revit API? How many of you heard the Revit API?
I've
This
heard
word,
about it.
Revit API.
I also heard.
Okay, Revit
It's
API
happening.
is okay. Revit API is more advanced than the Python. Okay, so with the Python, you cannot create any add-ons. You cannot create in add-ins. It can, I mean, you can create your own nodes, that's it. But with the help of an API, Revit API, you can create an add-ins like this. Okay, where we have a lot of add-ins. So in the Beamer, you can create all these add-ins, not with the help of a Python. You need C#. Okay, so I'll explain you each and everything today. Okay, I just want to show you something like what is a Dynamo and Python and Revit API. That's it. Okay, now you're out of it. I mean, a lot of people, what they do, they'll just learn Python and they don't know how to play with the Dynamo. They learn Python. Someone said like, "Arey, Python is required to learn Dynamo." Then he'll go and join in the Python. And once he come back and sit in front of a Dynamo, he can't do anything with the Python because the complete interface, the one he has learned, it's a programming and this is a visual programming. That is the wrong assumption, guys. Okay, don't do that. Okay, don't guide them anyone in a wrong way. Okay, fine. See, what do you mean by work smarter and not harder? What do you mean by work smarter and not harder? Anyone? Guys, can anyone say?
We do less work and achieve more results.
Uh-huh. Okay, so what is a smart work and what is the difference? Actually, most of the companies would like hard workers, right? They'll encourage those who work for 12 hours, those who work late nights. So generally, I mean, what about the smart work then? What is the difference between hard work and smart work?
Wherever the repeated works are coming,
consume
we can make automation.
Uh-huh.
Wherever
Okay.
the repeated works is coming in our work, daily work, we
Uh,
can make automation.
okay, so you repetitive things.
Yes.
Okay.
What the
Where there are no repetitive things at all, you want to construct from the beginning. Okay, you have a 50 floors building and you want to draw the walls, and that is a one-time process. You will there will be no repetitive process in that. Then
yes.
then
Actually,
okay. For that sake, let me explain you. For that sake, you have to tell Rivet, Mr. Rivet, I'm Dynamo. Okay, so I would like to see 50 levels. I mean, I'm planning to build 50 floors building. Okay, so with the height of a 3200 from first floor to the seventh floor, and the height of like a 3800 from the eighth floor to the 15th floor. So I just want to tell to the Rivet. I just want to tell to the Rivet. Okay, so in which language I have to instruct that? Dynamo, I mean, Rivet needs some instructions. Rivet needs some instructions, whatever, either it is a repetitive thing or it is a new thing. It needs instructions. So the Dynamo has to communicate with some sort of instructions. So that is called there must be a language. For example, if we both are communicating, we all are communicating together with like how? English, the language. So
Yes.
what is the language between, there is a between like a Dynamo and Rivet? It is called visual programming, guys. There are
Yeah.
three languages.
Like
For suppose if you're in a
like in
state,
AutoCAD, we are making the AutoList program, no?
exactly,
Like same thing like this.
exactly,
For each
exactly,
one, every platform having some one communication languages.
exactly. So the communication language. So what type of an instruction it is means? See, generally, for example, there are two persons. One is a BIM modeler, and there is another person. There is a programmer. He's not a BIM programmer. He's a programmer. So the programmers develop this Revit application. Okay, you have given a task to the BIM person, the BIM modeler, to place the columns in 100 places. To place the columns in 100 places, and he took 1 hour. Okay, where there is another person who doesn't know Revit at all, he still plays the columns in a couple of minutes. Then who will, I mean, then the companies would hire a programmer or like a BIM modeler? Programmer. That is what the importance of the Dynamo and next levels in the automation, guys. Okay, already the companies have started looking for IDD guys, like integrated design development guys. Okay, so you have to be advanced. Okay, BIM modeling is a very outdated. Now it's like a BIM programming. Okay, so what is the difference between smart work and hard work? If there is a task that you can do it in a 4 hours, okay, you feel that, I mean, once you see the task, like you feel that okay, it'll take 4 hours, and you will tell your manager like it'll take 4 hours and leave me for 4 hours. Okay, so then if you finish the same task in 5 minutes, that is what called smart work. Whatever you, either you use add in, doesn't matter, you use like you copy from somewhere, doesn't matter, the way you work, it's called a smart work. Okay, if you finish the 4 hours task in like 5 minutes or like 1 minute, that is called the smart work. Of course, initially it will take some time to write that script. I agree with that. Okay, initially it will take some time, but if you keep using the same script in a number of projects, in lot of projects, in an entire, like if you're working as a BIM modeler from last 4 years, so till now you worked on 13 projects, so in future you will be in the same BIM field for the 40 years. So how many projects you will, 13 into 10, 130 projects you will, if you write a script now, you can use the same script in 130 projects in future. Okay, so that's what called smart work guys. Okay, so now nothing is particularly hard if you divide into small part. It is not, I mean, if I explain you will definitely confuse. Okay, let me skip this. One human plus one computer, this is a limited design and it's an outdated statement. Okay, now the new statement is that there is a one human who is applying the intelligence algorithms. If you want to be a master in the program, I mean visual programming tool, of course in the programming also they use algorithms, but you cannot see the algorithms over there, you can see the algorithms in the Dynamo. Because if somebody asks you what is a Dynamo, don't say it's a programming tool, it's a visual programming tool. Okay, if you apply some algorithms, intelligent algorithms, okay, I hope you see this kind of a design when you are in a childhood, like a 6th standard or 7th standard, you will come, you'll use this. Correct, flowcharts, we call it as a flowcharts. Even if you're into the project management, daily you keep using this flowcharts, right? So if you apply some unlimited cloud computing, what is the cloud computing, you'll be knowing that later in a later classes. Okay, you will be getting 100 of a design options. See guys, I'll tell you one thing, there is a engineer, there's an engineer who came to you, like engineer doesn't know like AutoCAD, I mean now these guys are updating. Okay, I mean in a later stage, in a earlier stage, like they don't know the AutoCAD and they don't know the Revit, nothing. Okay, so the engineer has come to the modeler or a draftsman, and they'll give, this is, I mean with verbally they'll give some instructions, and I want to see a building, that's it. So what did that draftsman or modeler do? Based on the engineering instructions, he will build a building, and he will just go to the engineer and he will show it to him. The engineer is not at all satisfied with his inputs. Then again the draftsman or the modeler has to go back and redesign based on the verbal instructions, either adding more instructions or with a less instructions. So even the engineer is not satisfied with the second design also. Then this, how long it will take to make, I mean to satisfy the engineer, you have to go with a lot of design options, lot of designs. Okay, there is a solution called generative design. Now we are into the generative design field. You have one input with you, you can create a lot of designs instantly. If the engineer will sit in front of you and ask you to show that design, okay, no, it's not, let's skip it. Okay, instantly it will show you the number of designs. Okay, so that we are going to cover in our future, I mean in our sessions. So completely what I'm trying to say is, not only this is not only the thing, you're going to learn a visual programming and some sort of a programming concepts, some sort of a API concepts and generative design concepts. Okay, fine, let's skip this for now. We have a 3 different methods here, so you can choose any one of it. If you really like a programming and you just looking for the opportunity to settle into the programming field, then there is a method called programmer method. You hate programs at all, I mean you completely, I mean when you're in a like in a engineering, you're completely poor in programming and you failed also. and you hate the programming languages, then still you have a solution. It's called designer's method. Okay, of course you like some sort of a formulas. You are an engineer and you want to play with some sort of a things without someone's help. Then there is a method called engineer's method. There are three different methods. There are three different methods in the Dynamo. You can choose any one of it based on your interest. Okay, I'm going to teach you all these three. Okay, with applying some computational thinking algorithms. So what is this algorithms, you will come to know later. Okay, so if I apply those computational thinking algorithms, okay, so I'll construct a 3D model with a multiple design options. See, the area is common in every building. The area is common, but I can see the different designs. This is called a generative design. And where there is a one thing, it's like a coordinated design. What's a coordinated design? Coordinated design, for example, if you are a MEP person, okay, if you're an MEP person, like we have a this is an electrical room. This is an electrical room, and there's a one more room, and you have to pass a cable tray from this room to this room. Okay, so now you want to help, you want to take a Dynamo help, okay, to show you to see like how many clashes. So you ask Dynamo, Mr. Dynamo, I want to see the routing preferences, like which is the best route. So when you click run in the Dynamo, it will show you, Mr. Kumar, are you okay with this? It will give you the 6 clashes. I said no. Then it will show you one more route like this. It will give you only 1 or 2 clashes. This is fine, but it is out of my premise, out of the building premises, so I don't want this route. Then there is a one more option. If you go with this inside the building, so this is your building premises. If you use this, you will be getting only 3 clashes. If I'm happy with it, I'll fix it. So this is what called, it's part of a generative design. Of course, we are not into that extent until, I mean, in the with the help of a Dynamo. Okay, frankly, I mean, if you once you, I mean, before you join, I can say, like, I can show you some sort of a magics. But once you joined, if I don't if I don't stand on my words, that is a false commitment. Okay, so I'm telling you, there are some limitations on the Dynamo, but once, I mean, whatever you can do with the Dynamo, you can do everything after a training program. That's my promise. Okay, I'm not explaining you any kind of existing scripts. Come up with your own scripts. Either you're working on your project. If you're working on your own project, Rajesh, I have a project, I have a task in my project, and could you please help me out? Join 10-15 minutes before the training session, then we'll sit on it. I'll write your code in front of you, and I'll give it to you. You understand? So this is how the training program would be. So now those who are interested to join like a 15 minutes before, they can join and they can enjoy it. If you see my recommendations on a LinkedIn, like those are like it's 100% feedback, positive feedback on the training. Okay, so trust me guys, I'm not going to like teach you on any existing scripts. Okay, from the day two you start write your own programs for sure, and it's my promise. Okay, fine, let's see. So this is the course content like we are going to deliver. Okay, so what is a Dynamo and how to install the Dynamo? Why I'm installing, why should I explain you this installing the Dynamo also? Guys, if you're using a 2017 version Revit, okay, of course you're working on any metro projects, or like you are working on any airport projects, mostly they'll use like a 2017, or like, because they are already started before so long, so they're still using a 2017 and you don't want to disturb it. If you want to apply, if you want to do some code, I mean like a documentation things in the 2017, okay, I'm using 2021. If I explain something in my Dynamo and you impressed on it and you ask me, sir, could you please share me that script, I'll share you. But when you're trying to open the same script, you will not able to open in the Dynamo, in your Dynamo, because there is a version issue, backward issues. Okay, can you open a Revit 2018 model in 2017? Unmute yourself.
No, sir, we cannot.
No.
Can you
By IFC we can.
by LC? Okay, you have to export. There is a mediator again. Okay, fine. Can you open a 2017 model in 2019?
No.
Yes.
Yes, you can. 2017 model you can open in 2019, right? You can upgrade it.
Yes, yes,
You
we
can
can.
upgrade the model, but you cannot downgrade the model. So the same in the same case, like see most of the times what happen, there is a person there is a Dynamo person in your office. Okay, he's playing with some sort of a things when you're trying to when you're trying to understand. Uh, uh, 1 second, guys. I don't know why the link isn't working. Okay, fine, no problem. Okay, so why there is a, I mean, you impressed looking at him, and if you try to copy the same scripts and you open in your Dynamo, it will not open at all. It will show you some sort of a warnings, a lot of warnings. Okay, so I'll show you what how the warnings would be. Okay, the training would be completely in the troubleshooting, guys. Completely in the troubleshooting, because how good you are in troubleshooting some sort of a scripts, then I mean you are very expert in that. Okay, trust me. Okay, why Dynamo core competences? How many of you say is the Dynamo only for Revit, or can I use it in any other applications?
You can use it so many ways,
Yes,
so
we
many
can
places.
for
Where
other applications also.
where
In Rhino, Grasshopper.
Grasshopper is a tool. Grasshopper is a tool, like it's like a that is also visual programming, but it's from the different vendor. Okay, fine. Yeah, someone said Civil 3D. Okay, where else? This is not a like a one time this thing. Okay, let me show you. You can use this Dynamo. Okay, why? See, if you see, there is a Dynamo sandbox, there is a Dynamo Revit, there is a Dynamo Studio, and there is a Dynamo core. Till now, I hope you know only one Dynamo, correct? Now you have a Dynamo core, and you have a Dynamo Revit, and you have a Dynamo sandbox, and you have Dynamo Studio. What is the difference between, like, we have a four type of a dynamos? Okay, you have a four type of a dynamos, right? Which dynamo you
Yes.
have to use? That's a complicated thing
Revit
to
Dynamo.
understand. It's a Revit Dynamo. I'll just give you a quick brief. Dynamo Sandbox, even if you don't have a Revit in your installed in your PC, it's like a standalone, but you can't do anything with it. You understand? This Dynamo Revit, which comes with a Revit installation. Let me open this Dynamo. I can see something here. Okay, Dynamo Sandbox. No, I think I mean I'm using 2021. This sandbox will not come with the 2021. If using 2019, okay, till 2019 you can get this Dynamo sandbox. Okay, the Dynamo Revit, which comes with the Revit installation. And what is the Dynamo Studio? Dynamo Studio is the person for the programmers. Okay, because if you install this Dynamo in their machine, they don't need a Revit installation, because they don't need to buy the Revit license at all. They simply install, I mean, the Dynamo Studio cost is like a $600 something, and the Revit is like a $2,400 per year. Okay, for programmers, there is no need of getting like paying 2,400 on Revit application. They can simply run on the Dynamo. They can simply buy this Dynamo Studio for $600, and they can run. They can create anything. Okay, and what is a Dynamo like core runtime? What is a core? For suppose if I'm using, let me show you the Dynamo. Okay, if you feel like I'm overfeeding, don't get confused. Okay, help about, I'm using 2.6. I'm using 2.6, and the upgraded Dynamo is like 2.10. If I want to use the 2.10, there is no direct solution. You just have to go with you have to download this, and there is a some 15 to 20 step method. You just have exactly follow it. Okay, whether we have some questions, Ravitesh and Allah, how can we do Dynamo without having Revit knowledge? No, you cannot do, guys. I mean, if you are any if you don't have in like 34 members, like if you are any one of the guy, those who doesn't have any like a 6 months of experience in the Revit, then it's not the right for you. because like you're not able to understand, because you have to understand the complete Revit terminology. Then only you can play with the Dynamo. Okay, so if you are that kind of a guy, and I'll suggest you, not, this is not a correct platform for you at this point of time. Okay, if you're new to
No. Rajesh, when I send the message, when we're talking about a situation, because about
Revit
people
API.
hiring a programmer,
Okay, okay,
and modeler.
okay.
Okay,
I'll show you
so
the difference.
model with programming knowledge, there's a big deal actually. If he is not having modeling knowledge, how can he perform programming?
Okay,
That's what is my question actually.
okay, fine. That's a good question.
Okay.
Let me clear that answer. Let me
Yeah.
clear that answer first for you, since you asked me. Okay, so we
Mhm.
have one element here, right? So where can I
Okay.
read this properties?
You can read it. You can see you can see the properties by side of.
In the properties, and where else I can have?
Yeah.
In the type properties. Can I see
The
somewhere?
properties. Yeah.
Can I see somewhere in this in the complete tools tabs? No, right? Where I have only one
No.
place, there is a like manage and IDs of selection. I can get the element ID. That's it. Is it?
Exactly. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how there is a person who doesn't know Revit at all, the programmer
Mhm.
will control this element without
Okay.
having
Okay.
a Revit basic. Okay. The guys, what you are seeing
Okay.
when I select this element, the properties which you are seeing here, okay, these are not the actual properties
Okay.
of a element. Then where is it?
Exactly.
This is a 20% of properties which are showing, which are displaying here. If you want,
Okay. Not every. Sorry to disturb you. Not every family will have all the properties which comes with the catalog, right? Will
exactly,
not load everything.
ex-
When we do Kobe or facility management, then we'll load all the properties and then we'll give all the values.
that
Other than
you
that, normally if you see
okay.
any companies will just give their according to the LOD. If it is LOD 500, we have to put all the catalog in for that
No, that is
family,
not
right?
what I'm saying. See, there are some set of a things.
Okay.
This is a default parameters. These are default
Okay.
parameters. Okay. If I show
Mm-hmm.
you, I'm gonna show you something like a Snoop selection. Now, this is the
Mm-hmm.
Revit API properties. So this properties palette for the
Okay.
programmers. This
Okay.
properties palette is for the like a programmers. And if I want to see that
Mm-hmm.
element ID, see where there is an ID
Mm-hmm.
here, and this is a 746575 ID is for ID is for
Okay. This for this
that
element.
particular element.
This, yeah,
Okay, if I
ideal
want to
this
check
element.
whether
Yes.
the element is pinned or not, you can see simply like when I select on the element and when I click on this modify tab, you can see if it is not pinned, you can simply say that it's a not pinned, it's not a pinned element. But how the
Mm.
programmer come to know whether it's a pinned or not? For that sake,
Okay.
there is a different properties palette for them. So this is the properties palette
Okay.
for them. And how many parameters we
Okay.
do have here? Okay, and out of
Mm.
this, they do have, I mean, when I click on the parameters, these are the parameters that we are seeing in our instance parameters and the type parameters. Do you understand?
Okay.
This is the
Okay.
only place that we can able to see instance and type parameters. You clear?
Okay.
For example, when I
So you
select this,
meant
tell me.
okay. So you meant to say that programmer will have more control over the elements, right?
Exactly,
That's what you meant to say.
exactly. The hidden
Okay.
element is like 80, the hidden data is like 80%, and the Revit modelers or the Revit coordinators or like a I mean like a BIM managers will able to see only the 20% of the data, actual
Okay.
data of
Okay. The
out of 100.
programmer can access the metadata, right?
Exactly, the complete data. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Fine.
for example, if I want to understand the schedule level or like let's go with apparent load. See, apparent load phase A. So for apparent load
Mm-hmm.
phase A, you can see only the value which is written over there, 51474.17. So where there is a value here,
Okay.
51474 VA. What about the rest of the data?
Mm-hmm.
What about the rest of the data? And if you check what type of a data type is it, what type of a unit type it is, so everything would be here. And inside that, again, there is a one more data. This
Mm-hmm.
there is a one there's a few more data, and when you click on this, again there is a few more data in it. So
Okay.
you cannot see the complete data like what the programmer can do. Okay, what the programmer can
Oh,
see.
okay.
So that's what the difference between a API and the I mean the BIM programmer and the BIM modeler. Okay, if I ask you something to show
Okay.
me, if the person like a programmer can ask the modeler, Mr. Modeler, can you show me the XYZ coordinates of the particular element? It will take a lot of time to get. I mean, there is no option at all here. Correct.
No option at all. We have to.
There's no option at all, but the programmer can do it in a couple of seconds. That's what the power of it. Okay,
Okay.
based on that, like we play with a we create some sort of fun, like we play some elements and we move some elements and we delete some elements and we tag that elements. So the documentation. So we
Okay.
based on those the content only, based on the API content. So where you can see the content here, where you can see the content here, let me show you something. So for suppose if I want to get this, what is the parameter, let's say, let's use okay, let's in the comments we have a BIM error. Okay, let's say in the comments like we have a 44, I mean then the mark value it's a 44. How to get this value with the help of a Dynamo? I'll show you. It's a very basic technique and I'll show you, I'll explain you. Like there is a frequently used, and there are some frequently used nodes. Okay, so one of them is like a select model element. So I want to select one element in the Revit. Okay, so what I do, so when I click on the select, now the Revit activated. If you see this, let me place it again. Select model element. When I click on the select, okay, so run has started. 1 second. So when I click on select, now see the background there. When I click on select, the Revit has activated and I can select that element. Now I can see the element ID here. And what is the ID? MDP3. So that is the name of that element and the ID of that element here. Okay, now what I want to see is I just want to get what is that? Commons parameter. Okay, so what to do is I have an element with me. Okay, there is a technique, guys, simple technique. So let me use a notepad to make you to understand. So I have an element with me. So there is a terminology called what do you have in your hand. The first step is what do you have in your hand. Okay, so next to that put a dot, next to that put a dot, and what do you what do you want to see, what do you want to see, or like what do you want to get, what do you want to do, whatever it is. Okay, now what do you have in your hand? So this, I mean, if you split this, 1 second, if you break this into two parts, each and every node always break that into two parts. So the first initial stage we called as inputs, in the second side, I mean on the right side we called as an output, left side we called as an input, and right side we called as an output. Okay, so understand the terminology. Element, I have an element with me, element dot, I want to get the parameter value, so get parameter value. See, get parameter value. Okay, now I'll do one thing. You guys have to understand one more thing. I split this into two parts again. Now these are like the left hand side portions, like portion called we as an input, and the right hand side we called as an output. This here we called as an input, and the right hand side we called as an output. Okay, output and input should match always. Remember this technique. Okay, so element and the element, I cannot connect this element to the parameter name. That brings a wrong. Okay, it will give you the warning. Let me clear this thing. Okay, when I connect this element to the element, and when I connect this element to the parameter name, which is saying, which is scolding me, are idiot, actually I am expecting, see this expecting, what is the what is it exactly saying? Element dot get parameter value by name. I mean this node is expecting the first input. We have a two inputs here. We have a two inputs. So the first one that is expecting an element, and the second one it is expecting the string. What is the string? You will come to know later. It is a part of a programming. So I told you already, there is a 80% visual programming concepts would be covered in R training, and the rest is a 20% of the programming. Okay, so what are those? I'll show you by the end of the session. Okay, don't worry. So it is expecting the string, but what did I do? What did I connected? I just connected the element and I just connected the element again. So that is what which is bringing the wrong thing. Okay, so what is the parameter name? You know what is a parameter name? Okay, so what's a parameter name for us? So that is expecting a string. So when I hover the cursor on this, see on the second line, in the second line which is showing it's a string in the down. Okay, in the tooltip which is showing that's a string. So I place the string node, and what is a parameter? If it's a comments, I type comments. When I connect this to this, which is bringing the BIM error, right? Okay, now this is what actually let's see. So this is bringing the BIM error. Okay, if I say it's like a mark, it will get the 44. It will get the value 44. Okay, so this is how actually we can easily get any kind of a parameter. Let's say if I want to get the schedule level information, so simply type schedule level. So now I can see it is in the level 3 and the elevation is like a 7299. Why it is a 7299.9999? Actually it will read it in a decimal values. If you round off it, it would be showing it's like a 7300. Okay, fine. Now this is a actual method. Like always the input and the the output and the input should exactly match. Remember, this is the first technique. Okay, so if you want to set something, where there is a level, like in the comments, there is a BIM error now. Okay, I don't want to see the BIM error. I just want to see I want to set some value. Okay, as this is a electrical equipment, what I do is I just want to set that electrical equipment into it. Okay, there is a one more node name called set parameter by name. So when I connect this to this element, and because this is an element, for the same element I want to set the value in a particular parameter. So in which parameter you want me to set? Let's say in the comments itself. I'll just connect. Okay, let me delete this. I don't want to confuse you. Okay, I have an element. For this element I want to connect this. I want to place some text in the comments parameter. Okay, when I hover the cursor, okay, in the second line it is saying string, so I just connected the string here. In the third, it is saying the variable now, so I don't know whether do I have to use a string or not. You will come to know with the next classes. If I start explaining you in the next sessions, you will come to know which one you exactly use if it is a VAR. Okay, for now what I'll do is I'll just use the same string. Why do I use the same string node here? Because it is saying, of course it is saying string, I use the string here. Of course it is expecting the element, I connected an element here. It is saying the VAR. Why should I use a string? Why should I use a code block? Why should I use a number? This comes with a basic understanding of in the second class. Okay, so that's like we call it as a data types. If you understand the data types, you'd be able to handle like everything. So let's say value like a private limited or like dynamo training. So when I connect this to this, it is done, and see which is executed. And if I go and select that element, if I see in the comments, there is a dynamo training. So this is very easy. The only thing is the dynamo is not that toughest thing, guys. If you understand it, there are some key concepts. If you understand those key concepts, like you can play like anything. You clear? So dynamo is not that tough and it's not that easy as well. There are some key concepts. There are like some 7 key concepts. If you are good in 6 concepts and if you're 0 in one, the last 7th concept, then you are completely 0 in the dynamo. You understand? So try to if you want to be master in all the concepts, you have to be in the training. Okay, so Fine. Let's give me a second. Let me turn off my screen. 1 second. So do you have any questions till now? Do you have any questions till now?
Hello.
Yes.
With the Revit Basic, we can do this course.
Yeah, you can do it. Even if you have a basic, I mean, basic in the sense, at least you would have a 6 months experience in the Revit Hero. Otherwise, you cannot. Okay, fine. Now, this is a node-based system. I showed you this last time. Like, there is a designer method, there is an engineer method, there is a programmer method. Now, I just shown you like this designer method. It is like node-based. Okay, we call this as a node-based system. So let me show you quickly. We have a lot of actually we have a like around 200 slides to be explained. Like we have almost like 200 slides. I cannot explain you all the stuff. Okay, let me. So there is a designer's method and there is a you can see my screen, right? Okay, designer's method, engineer's method, and the programmer's method. So where Rajesh Kumar, director of Bimera Private Limited, and this is a node-based system. When I connect this, I got this output. This is called node method, and I don't have a node like this. I don't have a node like this. I written some formula. What is this formula? What is this formula? Of course, I can understand because it is expecting the string. So Rajesh Kumar, Bimera director of Bimera Private Limited. When I connect this to this, it stores something in it, and it is stored something in it. Try to understand the connections. There is a connection which is went to this, and there is a one more connection which is gone to this, and where there is a one more connection which is connected to this. So I have connected 3 different connections to it, and I can see the output like this. And this is my output. Okay, when it comes to the engineer's method, I have connected this node to this, and connected this to the B, and connected this to the C. Is it the same string 0, string 1, string 2, and A, B, C are fine? Are both are same? What is the D equal to A plus B plus C? This we called as a DesignScript method. That also will cover in a training. Okay, and when it comes to the programmers, it's very typical, and that is like advanced to this program, and that these concepts were not going to covered in our training session, guys. I mean, not in the like Dynamo. So you have to be like you have to get the good hands-on experience in the Dynamo first. Once you're very good in that, then there is a different module that's called hero 2, like a superhero. Okay, so this is like a 0 to hero, and there is a superhero module. Okay, superhero, there will be 80% programming, 20% visual programming. You understand, where you apply the Python concepts in the Dynamo. So where that there is a 80% programming and 20% visual programming, but in our training, 80% visual programming, just 20% like programming, that's it. Okay, now I do the same thing in the programmer's method. I connected this to this, connected this to this, and I connected this to this. It's a matter of a connection, that's it. Okay, still I can see the same output. Of course the methods are different, the output is same. Okay, till now, like you have seen the designer's method. What is the engineer's method now? What is the engineer's method? Let me show you this. Let me show you this in the Dynamo. Okay, fine. Let's do one thing. I will delete this stuff. Okay, I'll delete this stuff. So I do have a point.by coordinates node. I do have a point.by coordinates node. Okay, so whenever I place this, I can see point here. If you can see this, there I got a point here. Control B, let me select this. So there is a point, okay, which is exactly, there is a grid point like 0 comma 0 comma 0. Okay, what I do is when I hover the cursor, it is saying double. Okay, let's say, anyhow, you will be knowing the data types later and in our next class. Okay, so let's say 10. So Control C, Control V. So I'll say 15 here, and Control C, Control V, and I'll say 20 here. Now I want to store this value. Now the point value is x 0 comma 0 comma and 0. Okay, now when I connect this 10 to the x value, now the 10 has updated and 10 comma 0 comma 0. When I connect this 15 to the y, 10 comma 15 comma 0. Now when I see the point is keep moving over there. Okay, so when I connect this 20 to the z value, now 10 comma 15 comma 20, it's somewhere else. Where is it? Let's switch to the geometric view and see there is a point here. My point is somewhere here. Okay, so this is called node based system, guys. So this is like node based system. Okay, what about the design script then? I don't want to do the same thing. I just want to create one more point with the help of a design script. Then there is a one more method. If you double click on the workspace, left click, okay, you will see a different interface. Okay, this is like completely, you can write whatever you want. Okay, so what I do is, what is the node here? Point dot by coordinates. Okay, I'll just copy the same thing. It doesn't work all the time. Okay, don't think that it's that easy. Okay, I'll just show you an example. Point out by coordinates. When I just hover, I mean, because I'm lazy, I don't want to type it, so that's why I copied from there. Okay, so 0 comma 10 comma, like say 15. Okay, so now how do I know the syntax? How do I know the syntax? Let me show you one. I hope you skip that. When I open the bracket, C bracket, which is showing me two options, one of two. If you see this one of two, do you want, I mean, is it fine? You okay with the x and y values, or you want to create a point with the z value also? So where there is a drop down, when I click on the drop down, which is asking me to show, which is showing me like x value, y value, z value also. Okay, let's go with I mean, again, 0 comma 10 comma, let's say 15. Okay, fine. So whenever I press, let's see, there is a one more point placed here. There is a one more point placed here. You clear? So this is called a, I mean, you don't need to place 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes. You don't need to place 4 nodes. You can simply write everything in a single node itself. This is called a design script. This is called design script, guys. Okay, now let me draw one line from this point to that line, this point to that point. It's very easy. So if you want to draw one line, what do you need exactly? You need a start point and you need a end point, correct? So let's say start point, and you need end point. So when I'm looking for like start point nodes, is there any start point nodes? I'm getting something like curve dot start point or something, curve dot start point. So when I connect this to this, see, which is giving some warning, because I want to get the start point. So our terminology most of the case fails. Okay, there is a terminology how to call a particular node. If you are good in calling any kind of a node, I mean, you're not playing with the nodes, you're playing with someone's script. Okay, if I have 100 scripts, I told you before, and I for each and every script I have a name. I have a name. For example, I want to draw walls. I just created a script and I named it as a draw walls. If you're calling with a different name called draw by walls, wall like wall dot draw or whatever it is, you could not able to see that. You exactly call the same node with the same name. If you want to get the actual script, you have to use the same node name. That's what. Okay, there are some particular nodes called line dot. I want to draw a line. I want to draw one line by by what? By start point and the end point. That's it. By start point and end point. Okay, I have, it needs a start point and it needs an end point. I have a point information here and I have a one point, there is a one another information end point information here. Let's consider, I'll consider this like a start point. I'm just naming a it's not a part of a programming or nothing. I'm just naming, that's it. Okay, don't confuse. So this is an endpoint. This is to make you understand. Okay, so endpoint. Now I have a 2 points. Now why don't I use this node? Why don't I use a point? See, now again, I'm trying to recall the logic again. For this node, again there are two things. These are inputs. These are inputs. Correct. As I said, this is an output. So the output and the input must match. Okay, so what I do again, when it comes to this point dot by coordinates, it needs an input. So these are like an inputs, and of course as an output you are getting in, and in the design script it is like a quite opposite. Let me show you. I have to erase this again. I'm sorry. Okay, here these are inputs, these are output. When it comes to this design script, these are inputs in the right hand side, and output, what you're trying to get, that is an output. Clear now? Clear now? So that's what the terminology. Okay, you will come to know like one by one, okay, in a later classes. So we have 30 more minutes, so let's finish this off. When I connect this, I'm sorry, where is this? There is a, I'll use this as a start point, and I'll use this as a end point. Now I can see the line. Now I can see the line. That's what. Okay. If you don't know like how to exactly call this node, you will never come to know. You will never, I mean, you will stuck somewhere in the mid. Okay. To call this, there is a different method again. There's a different method again. That's called dot notation. Why there is a dot in between these two words? Why there is a dot in between these two words? And why there is a dot in between these two words? Okay. If I want to use this, okay, let me if I want to create a point again, I have, where is the point located? Autodesk dot design script. What is the design script? Dot geometry. What is the geometry? Dot. See, when I start typing dot here, which is giving me some options to choose directly, so I don't want to remember all those things. So geometry dot, where I just want to go with any. Okay, let me, instead of finding, I can simply type. So point. Now still again I can choose some sort of things. So whether instead of typing, I can choose something. Either you can type or you can choose. Okay, by coordinates. So start typing. When I, again it is asking for like let's say 15 comma 15 comma 15, and let me close this. This is also a design script and it's a part of it. Why I'm using a lot of dots here? Why I'm using a lot of dots here? Can you see the third point here? Yeah, there is a third point. So when I connect this to this, see there is a third point is this. You clear now? So there is a third point which has created with this. Why there are a number of the 1, 2, 3, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 dots are there. If you missed any of the dot, it won't work. Let's say this. There will be no node and which is giving you some warning. What is the warning? It is a non-pointer. It gives the error. So you just have to exactly know where do you have to type. And this is not that tough, huh? If you understand the logic. If you know the logic, it's very, very easy. Very, very easy. It's not that tough. Okay. Trust me, guys. You will definitely rock after the training session. That's my promise. Okay, fine. So every day I'll just give you the assignments and you have to do that assignment. If you fail in doing that, no worries. No worries. I'll take like a first 5 to 10 minutes to explain the last day sessions. I mean the last day assignments and the last day sessions, or if you have any questions or if you have any project things, or like I'll help you out in that as well. Okay, that thing. And if you not able to join some sessions, I'll share you the recorded sessions as well. Okay, and that's privately for you, and only I mean you can only watch those. I mean we are maintaining a method so that we'll share you the method in a with a privacy. Okay, so there will be some login details required, and you have to watch through that only. Okay, and if you log in any other missions, again it would be a problem. I'll share you those all in a record, and I mean in a different method. Okay, fine. And one thing, and okay, what about the third one? This is called a design script, guys. This is called design script. And where else, where is the another one which is called a Python? Let's go with the Python script. When I double click on this, this is the third method I'm saying, I'm gonna say you. Okay, Okay, so how do I just want to create a same point. So point equal to, so I have to store something. So point dot by, again, see, again I'm getting the same thing here. Point dot by coordinates. When I hover this, and when I start typing 0 comma 0 comma 0, and I close this, okay, and output what I would like to see, it's like a point. So when I save changes, I can see the point here. See, I can see the point here. If I set this point value to the like 5, save changes and run, see, the point has moved. So this is it's like almost it's that easy. For example, if you want to do the same, set parameter by name, if you want to play with any like any parameters, so what I do is element, I just connect that element. So element, okay, I'll connect this element. Let me show you this first. Select model. See, even I just kept 2 spaces in between this select and model. I used 2 spaces. That is the reason I could not able to see anything. So you exactly have to match the particulars, the requirement. Okay. So select model element. This is what I'm looking for. And when I connect this, the same element again. Let's do it for now. So when I connect this to this, element equal to, for example, let's see, dot. So let's say, it's not a good idea to explain you this because you will get confused. So what do you do is, I'll just go with, mm, I'll just go with this lookup parameter. So element class. See, I can see the complete code in the API. Okay, I can see the complete code, how to write this. Okay, I'll just give you a basic hint. In the element class, when you start looking for the element, because I'm going to play with the element. Okay, so when I click on the element class, expand this, now you can see some sort of a members. Okay, in a members, there is a property called lookup parameter. So there is a property called lookup parameter. So when I click on this, let me copy the same thing. Okay, when I click here, lookup parameter, so this is expecting the parameter name. So it's expecting the parameter name. So what do I do is element dot lookup parameter and dot. So what do I exactly do is, I'll just use any comments, and let me close this. And as to why did I use a string, you will be knowing that later. So if I just want to print the element, so I stored the complete the comments parameter value in the ELE. Okay, there is a property, whatever. Why you should use ELE? Why don't I use my name? Let's say Bimera, whatever it is. I just want to print what is there in the Bimera. So let's save changes. What is happening here, which is still showing null? Is that element selected? No, I think we have to save this element before first. Yeah, I haven't corrected this. So element equal to, I just have to unwrap this element. What is unwrap? You will be knowing this later. Unwrap element, and in the brackets, like, what is this input? So in the input, I have to store this value first. So I'll go with Bimera ELE. Okay, when I click run here, which is saying that there is on the Dynamo training. So the text, why there is a in0? Because the input, this is expecting the input variable name is in0. So whatever I connect that in in0, it has to store the element, the complete element in the in0, and then, for example, if I print this ELE, let's see what will come. If I print ELE, it will show MDP3. If I use watch node, if I see watch node, when I connect this to this, still it will show you the same MDP3 6465. The same thing which is showing. Why do I use the Python script for that? Okay, which is completely showing that element. If I say this, see MDP3 746575, the same thing which is showing with the help of a Python also. But what do I want to know? For example, I want to get the only the element I don't want to see the name. Then what do? I'll use the Rivet lookup tool. So where I'll just go with now someone of you asked me, like, how do the programmers use it. Okay, it's for him. So when I select this element, it's for you. When I select this element, click on the Revit lookup tool, Snoop selection. This is an element property, and if I want to get the ID of it, if I want to get that ID of it, put the element dot ID. Okay, fine. Let me try with element dot ID. I'm sorry, in a different, case sensitive. When I click run, I can see only the ID. Are you clear now? Okay, let me try one more. Select this Snoop's current selection. When I click on this name, if I want to see the name, then let me close this, and instead of ID, let me do one thing. Let's add comma and ele dot name. I just want to see the name also. Then when I click run, which is showing element ID and the name also. Okay, let's try one more. Okay, let's try one more. Let's select this element, and I want to play with like a current selection. Whether I want to check whether yeah, fine. Most of you guys know where there is a not only the element ID, there is a unique ID also. If you want to get the unique ID, what do you do? ele dot unique ID. If you want to get that element, which is I mean, if you want to check whether the element is pinned or not, why do you have to go and select that element and check that whether the element is pinned or not? Simply element dot pinned, element dot pinned dot pinned. That's it. Now let's run, which is saying false. Okay, because it is not pinned. Okay, what happened if I pinned here? I just pinned this element. Now it auto refresh by itself, and it is saying it's a true. True in the sense, yes, it is pinned. True in the sense, yes. No in the sense, it's a false. So which is saying, yes, that's pinned. Now if I unpin it again, it will auto refresh by itself, and it will show it the false. Are you clear? Now I just want to see the same properties of the another element. I'll do one thing. Click on select model element, and I'll select this element. Now I can see the element ID of it and the name of this mp3b, and that element is not pinned. So this is how that easy. Okay, and if I'm trying to play with number of elements, let me try. It won't work. If I want to try, I mean, if you feel that okay, this is that easy, like I can do with anything, it won't work because that is a different thing. Now I selected everything, and when I select this elements to this, which is giving the warning, always if you feel, I mean, this is working for this script because this is a customized for the particular requirement. When you're planning to do the same thing with another some sort of an elements or with any other element, it won't work. So you have to customize, and that called is like a troubleshooting. So if you're good in troubleshooting, you can play with any kind of a scripts that we are going to cover in our training program. This is what like we are going to deliver in the complete training. Okay, let me show you the content. We are almost done. Oh, we have a, when did you start this? 8:30. Okay, fine. We have about 15 more minutes. So let me try this. Where is this? Okay, so guys, you have to understand. So the training, I mean, the complete training would be focused on these 6 topics. Okay, I just mentioned 6 here because I got a graph only, I mean, this kind of a pen only for like 6. So I just noted only 6 topics here. Actually we have 7 topics. Okay, you have to be good in each and every topic. Okay, these are like a concept, 7 key concepts. So you have to understand the anatomy of a node. I hope you know like what is an anatomy. Anatomy in the sense, in and out, everything. You able to do the postmortem to it. Okay, so if you do a, I mean, if you like do a, I mean, if you see the any kind of a, like a postmortem video, you can see everything inside in a animal or like whatever. So anatomy is like a, you postmortem something. Okay, you can see in what is there inside a particular node. Okay, if you do something, why it is acting like this. Once you're done with this topic, you will be able to understand why it is playing with it like that. Okay, so when this is a data types, so I told you already, where there is a somewhere it is showing like a string, somewhere it is showing like a double, and somewhere it is showing elements, and somewhere it is showing var. What is that? If you understand the data types, you can play with Dynamo like anything, because generally you feel like you're playing with the elements. No, you're playing with the data. You're playing with the data. Okay, when you're trying to move a cable tray from 3200 to 3500, you're not playing with the element. Think logic. You're playing with the data. If you change the value from 3200 to 3500, the element will be moved. So ultimately you're trying to change the value of it. You're not trying to move the complete element. You understand? Okay, that's what the power of the data types. If you understand the complete data type, all the data types, okay, then that's what our next session actually. Once you're done with the data types, you will be start writing your own scripts. I mean, you will be able to understand some. Okay, so it's the first step of your success, guys. Okay, so understanding inputs and output, it will take some time. It has a lot of classes required. Okay, in each and every class there would be a different like tips. In each and every session, like you have a different tips on the how to understand the inputs and output. So it will take some time. Okay, it's not like a concept that we can finish it in 1.5 hour. You can finish this topic in 1.5 hour. You can finish this topic in 1.5 hour, but you cannot finish this topic because the topic starts from the beginning and it remains till the 10th class, till the 10th session. Okay, when there is a very dangerous thing, it's like a dot notation. If you understand this, you can call any kind of a script. You can write any kind of your own code. That's what called dot notation. That's what dot notation. When it comes to the list management, generally what happen, you have to play with, let me clear this drawings. Okay, if you while you're playing with this there are some sort of a notes. If you use these notes at the time of like you are learning this anatomy of node, nothing would happen with your Dynamo. You're in a safe zone. Data types, nothing would happen and you will be in the safe zone. When you're playing with the inputs and output, nothing would happen with your Dynamo and you will be in the safe zone again. Of course, in the dot nation, you will be in the same zone. Whenever you start playing with the list management and the lacing, okay, and there are like list management, level management, and the lacing, then the problem comes. So most of the persons failed in the list management and the lacing because you have 100 elements. Actually, you have 100 elements, but when you're trying to like get the output which is showing only one element. Why? You have only one element in your model. When you're trying to execute something, when you try to execute something which is showing 100 elements, how come there is a one element in the model, and why it is showing like 100 elements? You have 1,000 of elements, why it is showing only 10 elements? That is what the problem with the list managements and the lacing. Okay, so if you understand this, by mistake you played with any wrong node, I mean when you connected and me any there are some sort of a lacing tips like a short lacing, shortest lacing, longest lacing, cross product. Okay, instead of a short you use any cross product class. Use complete script without any, I mean it won't ask you to save your Revit work also. It will directly give you the fertile. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to explain the power of like the coding here. Okay, it will not give you any like warnings also. Mr. Rajesh, save the script. Otherwise, I mean, save your Revit work. Otherwise, you will be lost your complete work. It won't ask you to save anything. It will directly give you the Autodesk fatal error while you're playing these two notes. If you are able to handle these two, you are the master. I can confidently say that you will be the master for sure after the training. Okay, fine. See, and there are some sort of a tips. That is what, especially these completely tips which I have written only for this list management and lacing. not for the all the like four different concepts, the first four concepts. It's not for the first four concepts, it's for the two concepts. Okay, so this is what the complete training methodology, guys. So if you have any questions, do ask me now. Now it's your turn, and I'll be able to answer whatever you ask. Now it's your turn. I'm waiting for your questions. Unmute yourself.
Really nice presentation, and I'm so interested in learning Dynamo.
Thank
But
you.
I'd like to know, for those of us not in India or in the Middle East, the time, like what time will the lectures be?
The same timing. How did you join today? Because like this is generally happens after our office hours, so most of the employees would be convenient with these same timings, like 7 to 8:30. So sometimes it is not like 7 to 8:30. Our sessions would be extended if you come up with any more complicated problems. So I don't leave you. I mean, whether you ask me any advanced topic also, I'll just give you the brief of it, and I'll explain you. I'll just note down somewhere, and whenever the topic comes, I'll explain you. Or else, even if it is an advanced, you if you need it in an emergency, after like 1.5 hour, like the session, I'll explain you that, either personally or whoever wants to be sit and wants to listen, and they can listen over there. Okay, the same
Because
timings.
it's not, okay, thank you.
Sometimes we cannot able to attend this class. We can
I'll
get
send
the
you the
recorded.
recorded session. I'll send you the recorded
Okay,
session.
sir.
Okay, and
Okay,
not
thank you.
all the sessions. Not all the sessions. See, I'll tell you one thing. Where you require exactly. See, most of the cases, what happen? You would have a lot of doubts in some sort of a topics. When your
Yes.
presence is required, you must have to attend. If you're not able to attend,
Okay.
then I'll postpone the topic for that
Yeah.
case. Okay, I mean some recorded, I mean some sort of a topics could not be able to understand with the recorded. Okay, so that is the reason, if you're not available and if I need 100% presence, then you must have to attend, and then I'll postpone that. Okay, don't worry.
Okay. Weekly,
Okay,
how many classes?
that is up to you guys. Generally what I'm guys, I'm still getting some noise. Okay, let me mute everyone. If you have any questions, just unmute and mute it again once you're done. Okay, so we have like 6 sessions a week. Okay, I mean I don't want to, because like generally what happens, I'll give you the assignments, and okay, and if I give any like breaks in between the sessions, you guys will forget something. Okay, the last topics. So that is the reason, like I don't give any breaks in the training. So it's like a 15 days. I'm saying it's a 15 days training. Only my last batch itself, like it took 20 days, 20 sessions. It's not like 20 days, yeah, 18 sessions. So that is how actually it would be, depends upon the the priorities. So I mean, if you are a 5 of a team, and 4 were able to understand like very quickly, and the 4th person is not able to understand and he's very slow, then I have to go down into his level, and I'll explain, and the sessions would be 18 days or 20 days. That's up to him. Okay, if you ask me to extend some sessions for like any practicals, if you want me to explain something, then the sessions would be extended. Once the sessions would be, then only I'll go with the next batch. Okay, clear? Either it could be like 6 days, or I it's better if you have in the weekends, I mean weekends also. Okay, and I forgot to show you, I mean what you can do with this. There is a one more like a tool called like a Power BI. I hope you've seen this. So the Dynamo content, which is like the content which is extracted from the Dynamo, you can play with like this with the visualizations. I mean, actually, we are planning to develop an add-in for this. So if you see the edit terminals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we have a 6 type of terminals we do have, and in these families, these are the types I do have. So if I click on 600 into 600, 250, take that out. 250 neck. Okay, I have only 108 elements. Those are in level 2 and level 3. I don't have any these kind of an elements in level 1 and level 2. So this is completely like a filtering, and it's for the managers, and it's for the planning department, and it's for the estimation department. Okay, so this is how actually that would be, and we are going to release this add-in. I hope you are very known about our Beamer add-ins that we are providing it for completely free of cost. I hope you see these add-ins. Have you? If not, please download those
No.
and enjoy it. Let me show you what are the add-ins that we have developed till now. So if you install this, who is the owner? For example, if you select this element, I shown you in the first example that how to get like a element ownership. For example, if I want to see who is the owner of this, I can see the owner not in the Rivet, in the Dynamo. If you run this, for all the elements, for all the particular elements, when I click on this owner, okay, work sharing is not enabled. You have to enable the work sharing. Then you will be able to see when you select on an element, you can see in some sort of a parameters, you can see the element who created it and who is the current owner and who last modified it in the element ID and some rest of the other stuff. Open without links. I mean, you just follow my LinkedIn. You will come to see. I mean, I just like, and the most important things are like class to views. I hope you like you worked on Navisworks. You worked on Navisworks where you just copy the element ID. You just copy the element ID from the Navisworks and you paste it and you come back to this and you just type it here. Select by ID. Select by ID and you paste it here and you'll find that element, right? No more.
Yeah.
No more doing that. Let's go to the Bimera tab and click on class to views. Wherever there is a clash, each and every clash exactly would be created as a 3D view within the Revit itself. Within the
Oh,
Revit
good.
itself. So, and along with the same colorization, like the first element would be in the green and the second color, the second element would be in the orange color. The same like Navisworks. You understand? And you can directly export the elements into the schedules. I mean, sorry, you can export the schedules into the Excel directly. Okay, which is the active is not a schedule. If I open any schedule, if I say electrical equipment schedule, when I go to the Bimera tab and when I click on export schedule, which is directly ask you to where do you want to save this as an Excel file. Okay, so and export panel schedule. If you are any electrical persons are there, then you can directly export the panel schedules also. Okay, and where there is a one more and rooms to 3D views. Rooms to 3D views in the sense like if you want to see any room in a 3D view, just click on a room to 3D view. For suppose if I just want to see from the same model like contains or like or else if I go with admin 47 and a create view, it will create a 3D view. Okay, see this is the room this is the room which is has a 3D view. So let me select all the stuff, filter, check none. Do you have any rooms here? Of course I cannot. I can't say this. Let me change this browser organization. Let's set all, apply, click OK. And in the 3D views, admin 47, this is the room. This is the room A of the 47. Okay, if I want to see any other rooms, I can simply just choose all the, I mean, it will create the complete 3D views based on your inputs. That's it. Okay, fine. These are the add-ins. And by the end of the 2020 till 2021, we keep posting the number of add-ins for free of cost. And the next add-ins are going to be I mean, if you see the cat to fixtures, this is the highlight of this complete add-ins, because cat to fixtures means like if you have a CAD file and it has a lighting fixtures blocks in it, it will understand that the CAD layout and it will place the lighting fixtures to the ceilings in the particular rooms. So there will be no modeler required at all. If you want to place the diffusers, you can place the diffusers. If you want to place the like smoke detectors, heat detectors, just import that DWG file and select that CAD file. That's it. Just select that layer and then it will place automatically. And you just have to choose the family type also, of course. Clear? And where there is a orphaned elements, and this is also one headache process. If there is any change, for example, you place some lighting fixtures. You place some lighting fixtures in the ceiling to the ceiling, and the architects have moved the ceiling from like 3000 to the 3050. Our elements would be in the air. It's not that easy to find all the floating elements in the air, right? This add-in will help you to find out all the elements which are in a air. It will filter it completely. If you see show orphaned elements, what type of an elements do you want to see? Like for example, if I say electrical equipment, type electrical equipment, and if I see electrical fixtures, create show orphaned elements. Then it will create a 3D view and it will show you these are the orphaned elements. See, these are not hosted. These are not hosted to anything. And this is not hosted to anything. There is no host at all. If you place this to a particular host, then it becomes associated and there will be no non-hosted elements. So this is the easiest method to find that these things. Okay, so there like this we are going to release a lot of. Okay, so now I'm gonna ask you, like, do you have any questions in our training program?
Where we can get the add-ins? Your website?
Yeah, in my website, it's a bimera.co. Let's go to this bimera.co.
Bimera, okay.
Let's go to the bimera.co and just go to this add-ins tab where there is add-ins tab. Just click on add-ins tab and fill your details and click on send button. You will be getting the download link.
Okay.
Clear?
And this will work in 2019 version or
2018, 2019, 2021 in all the versions.
Okay.
Clear.
Thank you.
So fine. Any more questions on the Dynamo training? Do you have any questions on the Dynamo?
Do you have offline course?
No, actually we don't have any offline. It's all like online only, because you have a lot of questions. I mean, see, I'll never go with any offline courses because it won't be that interactive. Okay, you feel lazy if you have something in your hand. If I share you a document, you'll never go through with it. You'll never read it. That's a human psychology. Still, you'll finding some like some sort of things like is there any Dynamo trainers? You already have a proper content with you, still you will not go with it. Do you understand? So offline would be not that interactive. If you have any questions, you cannot ask that book. If you have any questions, you cannot ask that video. You cannot ask that person who have done that video. It should be the live. If you always be the live. And I got 100% like a positive feedback on questionnaire also. If you ask me 100 questions, I'll answer for the 99 questions. I'll never say no. I never said no, actually. I'll never say no also. Okay, if you ask me something, I'll show you at any cost on the same day itself. Whether it is a basic or advanced, the only thing is what I'm expecting from you. You have to be give your presence. That's it. I mean, like, you have to do the practice. That is what I can. That's what I expect. That's it. Okay, fine.
So when this Python scripting course is going to start? Because
Python?
your invitation it says Dynamo Python scripting.
Okay.
And, this is a Dynamo course, right?
Yes, actually this course is for the Dynamo, and the Dynamo Python scripting, in the sense like most of the guys are requested for like a Dynamo only, but like I supposed to show you the Python also, some sort of a Python things, but due to some like I didn't show you. If you are expecting for that, like we would be having this Dynamo Python. Do you want the recorded session, or like you want a live demo?
I prefer live.
Actually, that's supposed to be a Revit API demo. There's a demo happened recently on Revit API. I hope you haven't joined that. I think this is for the Dynamo Python scripting, and that's for like Revit API. Okay, so Python and Revit API. Okay, fine then. So who asked this question actually? Who asked that?
Jobin.
Okay, fine, Jobin. I'll come to you. Like I'll arrange. I mean, out of you guys, like, how many of you want like a Python and Revit API demo? How many of you?
I also need.
Okay, can you please text me?
I also.
Can you please text me in the chat box?
Yeah.
Who wants?
Chat box, where it is?
Where in the next to the person symbol, there's a chat box. Okay. Meanwhile, any other? Do we have any other questions, guys?
Can this Python also be worked for Grasshopper?
That's a good question. Yes, it works. It works. Generally, like this is a visual programming, and that is also it's a part of the thing, but there is a different methodology. That's a different methodology. Okay, I mean, are you an architect, man?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. So that would be a different methodology. So I mean, you can use it, but with a different method, but with a different thing. Okay. So any other
Okay.
questions?
I have one question regarding the timing of the class.
Same. Even these two sessions run parallelly. Okay, so that's like for 7 to 8:30 only.
7 to 8:30 means
It's in
regarding to Saudi Arabia.
it's in Dubai. I mean, you are calling from Dubai, right, Abid?
No, I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Oh, Saudi Arabia. Like for you, it's like a 6 o'clock, right? Then it would be for like
Yes.
6 o'clock. Generally, in Indian timings, it is a 8:30.
8:30.
8:30. Anyhow, you are getting like anyhow you're getting COVID holidays, right? Huh? There is a lockdown is going to happen in Saudi, right?
No, not yet.
No, it will start, I hope,
Lockdown.
in the next week. That's what I heard.
There is no news here.
No,
But,
I got that.
Okay. I leave office 6:30. So
then it's a problem.
Yes.
It's a problem. Yeah.
Yeah. And it will be 1 hour class, or how long it will take?
The Revit, I mean, because this is a Dynamo, this is the complete basic actually. Okay. So, I mean, if you want to be master in the advanced programming things, then you have to be good in this first. So it will take 1.5 hour, and that would be 1 hour. Because if I feed you more in a day, you will get confused. You understand? The programming is not like a visual programming. So that would be 1 hour, and it's a 30 days program. And this is like a 1.5 hour and sometimes 2 hours, and it's like a 15 to 20 days program. It's almost similar, but the duration that is increased due to because like from the previous sessions, even we used to handle the same it in a 15 days, but the students were not able to grasp those. I mean, not able to understand those. Okay, for them, like for the first 10 days it is like a Python, and the rest of the 20 days it is like a C# and a Revit API and some add-in creation. You clear?
Okay. Yes, clear. Actually, I want to start with this class because the way you explain it is good for me.
Okay.
It's a very nice way to
understand. Thank you.
It's clear.
Thank you. And okay, do you have any other questions? Shall we leave?
Regarding for the payment of the
after the session, after this demo, after the demo. Yes. Any other questions?
No, thank you.
No, anyone? Any other questions?
Sir, do you have classroom in your offline course?
Yes, we have. Oh, that is what you're asking, offline training, huh? Yeah, we do have offline trainings also. We do have offline trainings, but due to this COVID, we are not allowing like more than 3-4 people in a room. Okay, if you based in Bangalore, you can come and join. We already have a batch. We already have a batch of students. Okay, so it's in a daytime. If you have time, then you can come and join. No problem. Clear?
Okay, clear.
Okay, but actually we are planning to stop this because even the COVID is getting increased in the Bangalore. So we are seeing like a lot of cases, and we are planning to stop this batch, and we are planning to convert them into the online again. So I'll let you know. Who asked this? Who is there in Bangalore? Shabazz. Okay, Shabazz. Okay, good. Any other questions?
One more question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
please.
Can you do weekly 2 or 3 classes, 1-to-1 online?
You were expecting like in the weekends?
Yes.
In the weekends, actually no. Because see, I'll tell you frankly, I used to have this weekend sessions before. Of course, I see the good result, but generally what happens, I have to explain the same topics again and again. because you keep forgetting in the next 4 days. You understand? So that's not the good
Yes, yes.
practice. That's not the good practice. If you learning
No,
something,
even continue, but this class, like, I'm leaving the office 6:30, so it is difficult to join or stay in office to finish the class.
it's better you can stay in your office, right? So most of my employees are staying in the office only. In my last batch, like
Yeah,
3
the
students
problem is every day getting 1.5 hours, so maybe they will not allow.
okay, see, anyhow, you're upskilling yourself and you're giving some production and you're improving yourself, right? So company will allow you. I think so. No companies will say no to this. If you're doing any some personal work, then I think the company will give you will might maybe might like would be the problem. Okay, they'll cause you a problem. But
Yeah,
if you're learning something, and they will never say no actually.
I will. I will try to talk to them.
Okay, no,
Okay.
not
Thank you.
not the personal things. Any other technical questions I'm asking, guys? Any other technical questions that you wanna see?
Next class will be tomorrow.
That depends upon, like, today I just have to filter. I mean, like the candidates, those who are finalist. I
Okay.
mean, I mean, out of like you guys, like I already filtered few candidates, few
Okay.
students,
Okay.
and rest of them, like I have to check with them. Are they convenient with tomorrow? Convenient from tomorrow? We'll just continue the session from
Okay.
tomorrow, or else it will be on from Sunday. Generally, Sundays won't.
Right.
No one interested in this. So obviously, it would be started from Monday or from tomorrow. Okay, I'll let you know.
Okay. Okay.
I'll let you know. Who
So
is
you
that?
are giving new link, right? Or same link you can use.
The same link.
Yeah.
Not the same link.
Same link.
I'll maybe that would be a different link. Yeah, that would be the
Okay.
different link. Okay. Once
Okay.
that
Okay.
link would be the permanent link till the end of the training.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fine.
Thank you.
Guys, whoever, like, I hope
Hello.
I hope everyone.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Hi.
Without having a Python basic knowledge, can we able to understand means Revit Python?
That is what I'm saying. See, generally, Python is different. Revit Python is different. In our training session, like, we are going to teach you the Python as well. That the Python is in the Rivet interface. You understand? So you don't need to worry. I mean, that would be completely like a Python. It's for like a week time, or sometimes, or it's like a 10 days. Okay, and the rest of the 20 days would be the complete the iron Python, because like without a Python you cannot go with a Rivet API.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so we'll teach you the Python. You don't need to learn anywhere. You don't need to go and learn anywhere.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks.
so the
Thanks.
way we train, it's like a spoon feeding us. You don't need to worry at all. You have any questions, you keep asking the same question number of times.
Means
Still we happy to.
because normal I don't means have much knowledge on this coding.
Not required. Not required. Not required. Forget it. Forget it.
Okay.
See, I'll tell you one thing. Even when it comes to the Dynamo, you don't need to learn that kind of that much of like Python language also. Wherever there is a required,
Okay.
you just have to learn those topics. When it comes to the Revit API, again the same thing. Python scripting and Revit API, you don't need to learn the complete Python concepts. Where there is the data which is required, like 30% or 40%, learn that 40%. That's it. So the rest of the thing, anyhow, you will get it in the open source, like this.
Okay.
Like this, where, like this, like this. Okay, so where there is a, if you learn this API, I mean, you can play with like a API docs. So there is a website called API docs.
Okay.
Okay, now where there is a grasshopper, and you can read the API of it. When I click on this, now you can see, and someone asked me, like, I think Zera, they asked me, like, can I play with the same the same classes, and it is the same methodology. Of course, it's not like a Python. It's not the Python. It is a C#, or it's a C# syntax. Okay, you cannot see the code within the Python here. Okay, when it comes to the Rivet, again, just go with the 2021 version or whatever it is. If I go and check the namespaces, if I want to play with electrical, or if I want to play with the architecture, so if I want to draw one wall, we just want to draw RSTUVW. So where is that element classes? So again, we have somewhere here. Okay, if I want to draw one wall class, if I want to draw a wall class, so where there is a wall class, instead of finding, it's the best way to type. So if I want to draw a wall, so these are the contents. I mean, these are like we call the methods, properties, like we called as a constructors. Okay, so based on this, you will be keep writing the codes. Keep writing the code. Okay, so the same API for the Navisworks. We have the API for the I mean Navisworks 2018 and 2017, and for the Rhino. So all these in a one place. The API is in one place, so you no need to worry, and you don't have a set of, I mean, a lot of documents. We have very less in one platform. That's called apidocs.co. Okay, fine. So that's very easy. Any other questions? Okay, and guys, I hope everybody received my text right on WhatsApp.
No, I have not received.
Arif Basha, you haven't received, huh? One second. Let me note down. Arif Basha.
Yes.
Okay. Who else has not received my WhatsApp text? Who else not received?
Have you sent now or what?
No, not saying.
What message?
Previous, like for the reminder, gentle reminders.
That I received. Sorry.
Okay, fine then. So
I didn't receive any.
Okay,
Hello?
if you yeah, please.
I didn't receive any reminders. Only in my email, I think.
Oh, in the
I
email.
just saw it.
Okay, fine. You
Yeah.
got it in the email. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Fine,
Yeah.
no issues. And who else want to join? Just reply me on this. And trust me, guys, this is going to be the training going to be rock for sure. I'll never make you dissatisfied. Okay, because there is no history dissatisfying a student in my training. Okay, I mean, if you're not able to catch what I'm trying to explain, there would be a separate sessions for you on that particular topic. Okay, but I'll never make you dissatisfied for sure. That's my promise. Okay, fine. Any other questions? No?
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, fine, guys. So hope you see you in our next class.
Yes.
Okay, see you. And thanks for attending.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. It's a very nice session.
Thank you.